Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. As you can see by our science count here, I went ahead and did the Minmus landing mission again, just off camera. Kind of save you guys the just the hassle, I guess. Hassle? Maybe that's not the right word, but I did it. Let's go ahead and check out mission control to see if there's anything in here. Rescue people from orbit. Science data from surface of the moon. We just not doing that. Fly by the sun. Oh god. Let's take it. Let's hit our R&D real quick. I know one thing I'm definitely getting is the atomic engine, simply because it's just so darn efficient, especially for interplanetary travel. It's certainly something we're going to need, so let's go ahead and get it. The next things are going to be probably docking mechanisms, so the docking clamps here. Let's see what else. Having better solar panels would be nice if we're doing really long missions. So we have 545 science, so we can get about 3 of these. I think the mobile processing lab is really good. Perhaps what we do, let's get the clamps. Give them the clamps, because we're gonna need them no matter what. We can get big fuel tanks. We don't really need that. Structural panels we don't particularly need at the moment. If we do the bigger capsule, we kind of almost need the bigger landing tools. So maybe we can either do that or we can go for solar panels and more science-y stuff. I think we have really big engines now. We can definitely carry the weight up. The choices. I think we do solar panels seem like a good idea, don't they? I think they do. So let's think. Our next mission, let's do a flyby of the sun, which means it's gonna be unmanned because we're not getting that one back. So with that, I think solar panels are a good idea. And do we do the mobile processing lab? What is this? Monopropellant tank. Okay, we don't particularly need that. This is gonna give us, ooh, bigger service bay would be nice though. I think we do the mobile processing lab, and then maybe with all the science we get from the sun flyby, perhaps we get enough science to unlock these other nodes. Maybe that's a thing that can happen. Or maybe we bank on the fact that we'll get 160. Well, either way, we're not using any of this stuff for this next mission, so maybe we just save our science for now and check out our VAB. So the mission today is going to be to go on a flyby of the sun, which means we're going to be using a probe core. So we have the probe dome. Okay, so this is the better one, clearly. So we will start with that guy. And from here, we're essentially just going to be adding some service bays onto it. Let's straighten these. Whoa. Let's straighten these guys out. So I think we can do with just one. We don't need a storage, or a hitchhiker container, rather. But we will need some solar panels. So we can probably just throw these guys right on the side here. like so. And I don't think there's any way we're going to get back. I haven't done a solar flyby in quite a while, so I don't think we need parachutes or anything like that. Do we already have the big parachute? We do. How interesting. I don't think we need too much of this stuff here. We are going to need to affix some sciencey stuff on here, so let's go ahead and do that. Science. Oh, we will need this though. That is going to be a definite. And we'll go ahead and throw 2 goo canisters on here, as close as we can. That looks fine. And 2 barometers. Just like so. And let's turn these guys like so. And we can go and close that guy up for now. And we're going to need communications. Did we just do one of those? It should work. I don't think there's any bandwidth. 2. I think we're fine with that one. I think that will be sufficient. So essentially, this is going to be a one-way trip, as it were. So let us. We got solar panels. We definitely will need some of this stuff though. So let's scoop that guy off, put that guy on. And then can we fit some batteries in here as well? And then we're gonna go under utility. So we have the big packs here. Can we fit these? And are they going to interfere with our science stuff? They seem to be in there. I don't know if they're going to interfere with the goo canisters. We might have to give that a shot before we take off. So 0.2. Let's get. That should be fine. We're going to be going near the sun. There's going to be plenty of solar energy, right? Right. So let's go ahead and scoop this guy back up a bit. And from here, we can go ahead and just sort of continue on. Do we want? I think I want. I think I want an engine on here. It's been oh my gosh, that is one heck of a probe, isn't it? Maybe not that much fuel. Maybe we stick with the 200. That still seems like a lot for just a little probe, but we definitely need it, so I guess we'll just stick with it. Let's go ahead and attach our solar panels down here, however. And those actually might interfere with one another, so maybe we do it in this type of fashion here. Maybe that's the right way to do it. So this will give us a little bit of maneuverability. Not a whole lot, we don't have a ton of fuel there, but it'll give us something. From here, what we want is not that one. Little tiny guy. Let's go ahead and throw this guy on here. Oh, and from here, we're going to be using our interplanetary stage. So we will need potentially. We might actually get this adapter And it looks a little silly, but I think this is what we need here. Fuel tank, we'll throw one of those guys on. No, we won't. We'll throw maybe one of these guys on. And that should give us enough for any type of interplanetary stuff we might need. Because once we get into the vacuum, we're not going to need a whole lot of oomph to get anywhere. So once we get into a good orbit, we should be fine. And can we... Is this a good idea, I wonder? And is there a better way to do it? Can we maybe do one of these? Oh, this is starting to be a little scary. And we will throw 3 of those guys on. Is that going to be enough for an interplanetary transfer? But see, then we don't have, unless we can then take the tricoupler oh gosh, this is, and then another Rockomax adapter. Will this work? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Is this multiple? I feel like that's multiple tanks. It is. It must be because of the tricoupler here. So maybe we just stick with one, like so. Maybe we just do that, and then with the Rockomax, it should even it out. It should give us, it doesn't. Okay. That's bad. So maybe we do one of these. You know what? Let me work on my rocket design. Let me figure out how to play the game again, and I'll be right back with you. Welcome back. So as you can see, we are officially in space. We got to orbit around Kerbin with our little our probe core and all the science accessories with it. I'll show you the rocket we used towards the end of the episode, or either that or at the beginning of next episode. It's pretty similar to what we used to get to Minmus and everything. The only difference is we used 4 orange tanks around the central tank just to make sure we have enough fuel for all of our burns. So as it is right now, we do have a burn set up, a maneuver node set up to give us a Kerbal or a sun orbit. And it's pretty close to the orbit as Kerbin, our home planet. So with any luck and any good amount of piloting that we may or may not have, we might actually be able to get back into a Kerbin orbit. With that being said, let's go ahead and speed up time until our maneuver node. Okay, we missed our maneuver node. We're doing good. And let's get to our apoapsis here. And we'll start burning actually at our apoapsis. The reason for that is essentially we're just burning prograde at this point. Oh, and at a certain point, it'll launch us out of Kerbin's sphere of influence and into the sun's. Boom. So now we have a Kerbin escape, and we are going to get a solar orbit. so we can speed up time here. Boom. So we just completed the contract, Fly by the Sun. We've achieved that goal pretty handily, I must say. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. And while we're here, can we even still see Kerbin? Or are we way too far away at this point? We may be. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and do our science and send it on back. Let's see what we get here. So we're gonna get 50 if we were to bring it back. 17.5 if we transmit, which we kind of have to. We don't have this equipped anyways with any type of landing mechanism, so let's go ahead and transmit that data. And that's all we're gonna get out of the science bay by the look of it. And can we get a good angle on this? Observe mystery goo. It's gonna give us 6 science, okay. Log the temperature. We will go ahead and submit that as well. And then we should have a barometer as well, so we can send that back. And after that, we can go ahead and close that guy. So that's all done from space high over the sun. Let's see if there's any. Can we speed up time? Now, if we could set up a maneuver node. Maybe we should set Duna as our target. Okay. Oh. Let's bring it on back. Because if we can get an encounter with Duna, we can kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, as it were. I don't know if it's going to be possible. That looks like our closest approach. We're gonna kind of just fiddle with this for a little while. Oh, we might not be in a good enough. Okay, let's take a look. Nope, not even a little bit close. Oh, is this gonna be anything for us? Oh, little bit. Okay. So that's actually going to give us a Duna encounter. The burn is pretty astronomical. So let's go ahead and speed up some time here. Or I suppose we could even... can we warp? Can we warp to our maneuver? I suppose we can warp there at the very least. So basically, at this point, we're gonna be okay with never recovering this vessel, right? There's just no way that we're gonna ever be able to get this vessel back. Not due to piloting skill, but due to the instruments that we chose to put on the vessel. So we have no parachutes, we have no heat shields. There's absolutely 0 chance of us recovering this vessel unless we were to put it into a Kerbin orbit of some sort and then send a kind of like a recovery vehicle out for it with a scientist on board to gather all the data and then bring it back. And it's a lot of work for not a ton of science. Let me clear my throat. And so, from here, why? I don't quite understand what just happened there. I said warp to there. Why is my focus? let's get our focus back on the actual craft that we are piloting. And let's try that again. And let's bring this guy around. Okay, we're getting close here. And then nothing. Oh, it's so close. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, we're so close to it there. Okay, let's try. We'll try one of these. Oh god. Nope. What is our... Okay, let's get it as close as we can. Let's start there. And I think having this... Oh, we need a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. And let's see. We're just going in circles. Oh gosh. Okay, can we... We might not just... We may just not have a window of opportunity here. That's another thing that could be... Oh, that's getting pretty close. Oh. So what if we were to do that? And then make another burn, I wonder. So we're already past it. So let's... A warp is already in progress, you say? A warp is not in progress, sir. I disagree. Can I... Warp already in progress? Okay, I guess we'll just do it the old-fashioned way here. So we'll come around. This is going to be our closest approach to Duna. So where is Duna right now? Duna is essentially on the other side of us here. So do we try to force it or do we wait? Because we can wait and just wait essentially for the best possible approach to Duna. But seeing as how we're already here, and we already have a maneuver set up to get us pretty close to it. Because we will eventually catch up. And essentially you want to be... do you want to be behind Duna or in front of it, I wonder? Probably in front of it, and then it would catch up to you. The real risk here is missing and then getting launched into interstellar space. Let's go ahead and slow time down. And we're just going to shift on over here to our maneuver node. Very slowly, apparently. Hello? Why, that seems to not be responding to any of my inputs. So let me go ahead and figure out what's going on here and be right back with you again. And we're back. The game decided to stop recognizing input. I don't know why, but we're back. And we're very, very close to our maneuver node. So let us go ahead and start our burn. And we'll have to see exactly how this works. It looks like we just got an encounter with something momentarily there. Let's see, estimated burn 2, 1. So perhaps just a tiny bit more. Okay, so let's see where we're at. So we have a closest approach. Boom. So it's gonna give us a 43 million meter periapsis. Let's see, can we get a bit closer than that? 35. It'll still count as an encounter, and we might even be able to get into an orbit as well. So that node is in 88 days. So why don't we go ahead and speed up time once more. And as we get close, we're going to slow it down and just make sure we're on the right path here. And we missed it. Oh god. So that actually matters quite a bit when you're doing really, really long burns like this. But we're still gonna shoot for it and just see what we can get out of it. We've already made peace with never getting this vessel back. Okay, let's get rid of that. So we still have a periapsis of 34 million. So let us... Can't auto warp so far. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way here. So we've completed one. All we have to do is transmit or recover scientific data from space around Duna. And if we can even get into an orbit around Duna, that's going to take care of half of that contract. All with an unmanned vehicle, all in one launch. Alright, so we're coming on in, so we're going to slow it down. And once we get into our encounter here, we're just going to grab our periapsis and we want to lower it. Oh, too much. Way too much. And that should give us a orbit around Duna. Okay, so that's going to be close enough for our burn. So let's go ahead and start that. It's going to be a pretty big burn here. Oh, and that's the end of our big engine. So now all we have left is just this atomic engine here. But we should have a pretty good amount of fuel here for it. As long as we don't run into any overheating issues, we should be perfectly fine. And we have quite a while, and if we don't get into an orbit, we're gonna get a Duna escape, and something bad might happen to our craft here. But we only have about 600 meters a second left to go here, and we still have all the fuel in the world. Duna right there. We can see it, and it's Moon Ike, which I wonder, we may even be able to get into an encounter with Ike. And that would be another part of a contract here for us. So a long, long episode this time around. But we've done our solar flyby, so we've taken care of that contract. And we're going to be able to take care of some of this contract as well. Let's take a look at our fuel. We're about half fuel left here. But that should be more than enough here for us. Oh, we've actually already achieved orbit here. So 1534. So we can actually get rid of this already. And we're actually in an orbit around Duna. It's a very, 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 very high orbit, but an orbit nonetheless. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. It does help tremendously. And we will see you next episode for more science and possibly a manned a manned mission to Duna to complete the rest of this contract and land on it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.